I'm Jan. I'm the author of the Learning Tides Little Ink series. One of the authors. I'm the male author. There's also a female author who is not in this video. I am wearing my funkiest shirt just to funk things up a little bit. And today I am talking about opinionated writing. Opinionated writing is the essence of all writing. It's the lifeblood of writing. It is what makes writing tick. If you don't have an opinion, don't pick up a pen. Or don't use this keyboard or any keyboard. Okay? So what is an opinion? Well, if I look outside my window, which is that side, beyond the laptop where you can't get, I can see my garden. And the grass in my garden is green. That's an observation. That's not an opinion yet. But for writing, it's very important to form opinions. So how do I turn that into an opinion? Well, the green is pleasant and it makes me feel good. I like green. I prefer green over gray. I'm a fan of grass and I dislike streets. I love nature and I disagree with man-made construction. Well, that is quite a strong opinion, but it all started with seeing a bit of nice, pretty, pleasant grass in my garden. So, as a writer, you have to be aware of your opinions every moment, every drop of ink, every little letter that you type has to be infused with what you are saying, with your message. If it's not, make it into a little paper ball and do it again. Or do something else. Talk. Talking is writing in the air as a sound wave. It's still writing. It's not that much different. And maybe you have opinions when you speak. Otherwise, why do you speak? So I am just going to talk a bit about Little Ink's writing trail, book number 2. The story that I'm going to read is called English Belongs to You, and as the title says, it defends the opinion that English is not owned by anyone. English is not owned by a native speaker. English is not owned by Americans. English is not owned by the English or Australians or South Africans or the Welsh or the Scottish, and so on and so on and so on. English is equally owned by somebody like me, who's German, or somebody who's Indian, or somebody who's Arab, or Polish, or Malay. It doesn't matter. If you choose English to be your language, it is your choice. Language is freedom. Language isn't ownership. Just because you were born into it doesn't mean that you have any more right to it than anyone else. I have the right to breathe the English air instead of someone English, because I choose to live here and breathe English air, and I choose to speak English sentences, even though I could speak German sentences, maybe in another video. But it is very important that as English as a second language speakers, we feel empowered and entitled, just as we are entitled to live in different countries in the world, or that I am entitled to like different food, to the food that my parents liked. In the same way, I believe that English is an essential, that English is air, and it is for everyone, right then. And usually, an opinionated essay has to be very structured. You have your opening paragraph, and then you go on to prove what you've set out in the opening paragraph, and then you come to a conclusion, blah, 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 all that boring stuff. So I'm going to do none of that. For the Little Ink's writing trail, our premise is that writing is passion, and writing is music, and writing is rhythm, and writing is silly, and writing is crazy, and all that formal stuff. You can learn that somewhere else, not from me. Okay? I am here to make writing fun. So I will just read it to you, and then you will see what a Strongian opinion sounds like. Well, you will hear. If I can find the story. I don't open this book very much. I write it, and then I put it to bed and I write the next thing. I'm not fond of looking at my own text and going, "Whoa, well done!" No, never happens. So here we go. Genre, opinionated writing. Okay. By the way, you can buy the Little Inks series on foils.co.uk, or you can find more information on my website, learningtides.co.uk. You can email me at yarn@learningtides.co.uk if you want any more information about the series or some free bits. Alrighty, here we go. English belongs to you. English doesn't belong in a book. English doesn't belong in a dictionary. English does not belong to the English or to the Americans. English doesn't belong to your parents or to the person you hear reading the news in a very nasal voice. English doesn't belong. Okay. It wasn't created to sound pretty, as in a song, or to sound complicated, as in a university lecture. English belongs only to you, whoever or wherever you are. English is your very own tool to share with the world who you are, what you need, what you dislike, what you are capable of. English is a powerful basic instrument to shape the world according to your dreams and to avert the nightmare of silence. English doesn't belong to the Australians or Canadians. English doesn't belong to those who grew up learning it from their mother's mouth. English is a roaring tiger for you to tame. Roar! English sounds different in every country, in every city, with every single person. English can sound Arabic or Polish or German, but it is still English. English is unique, uniquely yours. English is silly little lines and important qualifications, milestones in your life. It lets you ask for ice cream in many tasty flavors and describe any type of landscape, like my garden. That's not in the book. Or the house that you and your family live in. English isn't about perfection and always getting it right. It's about trying, picking up a pen, and not getting every comma right. You still know what I mean, don't you? When you write with us, you don't have to impress. Not me, not your teacher, not your president or king. You might impress yourself. Next page. You only need a handful of words to say the most powerful things. I love you. I don't want to die. I miss you in my life. I hate spiders. I don't actually. Loads in my room. Here, over there. Anyway. Use a few words and get straight to the point. Use too many words and you might miss the target altogether. No one can tell you what your English should sound like or look like. It is a feeling, it is warm and fuzzy. It can transport your ideas across continents in seconds and make people laugh and inspire them. Careful, it can also hurt. You are a horrible, horrible person. I hate you. English is a weapon too. Use it with care, like a cow with a strong motor. English is a never-ending buffet of sweets. So many sweet words to choose from: truffles, cookies, and lemon tart. Those who learn English later in life have to find it first. It is an island which only comes into sight. Slowly swim to it, reach it, make it your home. It remains blurry for a long time, but it is beautiful and it fills the heart with longing. I want English! I might never fully reach the isle, but with each sentence I will pedal closer towards it. I can almost feel land under my feet. Language is land, and silence is drowning. English is my harbor. It is good to have to fight for it. Fight makes hungry. Fight tames the lion. If you are born into it, you don't have to love it and fear it and crave it so much. You will never know how devastating it is to not have a language, to have to go and look for one. It is like looking for God. Everything is at stake. If someone tells you that English doesn't belong to you because you are Indian or you are Polish or Arab or French or Mexican, you tell them that English is like air. It is free and for everyone to breathe. Remember that. It is free and for everyone to breathe. It doesn't belong to anyone, definitely not to the English or Americans. Final page. No picture. They have been squatting on it for too long. They have been overstretching it, killing its elasticity, killing it with repetitive boredom. Their time is over. Your time has begun. They need to make room for you, for your English and your style. Your time is now. Pick up a pen. Use a few words to begin with and make a big dent. English belongs to you.